gentlemen, and welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula One racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Vance. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience viewing footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. Here we go, once all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is it going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's take it out. Away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling.
No, Timo, cancel it first, you're in the traction zone. I tried to round up another overtake on 23 trademark.
This is round 3.
Timo cracks under the pressure once again.
And Timo are oh, it's not bad. Oh no! Oh my god, this so sorry, control myself. So Timo
So what we gotta put it so they can start at the back together again, just like Timo likes it.
how many times? Did you see how many times?
And with these brilliant and inspiring images of Wimpy performing a brilliant pit stop, we are here for the first time of this season number 8 of 2SRL, and it is Tier 2 before we embark into the journey for Tier 1 later tonight. The second tier of 2SRL will have priority for our schedule. We are here at Melbourne, Australia, as per usual for the start of the season. I am Timo, and I'm going to be commentate tonight. Alongside me is, of course, the wonderful Tipsy Bob. Hello.
Good afternoon, good evening, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Timo, what is great about this, right? And one of the reasons why I said yes to this was because yesterday, if you remember, whilst I was being interviewed...
I bottled the interview introduction. I wanted to say alongside me is the guy who did the most talking during yesterday's broadcast. I bottled it. I can't believe it. No!
But listen, yesterday everyone was saying I was getting did you know that I was actually getting DMs whilst I was being interviewed telling me to hurry up, you're boring the chat? Can you believe that?
That's insane.
Well, the disrespect is disgusting. But anyway, that is one of the good things.
Julian. That's it.
Yeah, it's all the fanboys. Julian's brilliant. I know that. I'm rubbish. Whatever. But anyway. That's one of the reasons why I said yes to doing this, because now they can't get rid of me.
That's the only reason you're here? I really feel disrespected. I thought you were doing this.
No, that and to give you abuse.
Okay, yeah, I can live with that. I can live
There's
with that,
Hugo.
for sure.
See, like I wasn't gonna name names. I was just gonna let him stay anonymous. But there he's in the chat giving me abuse already. It's Hugo DM me saying I'm boring the chat. Can you believe
stop
that?
this! He's redirecting it at me. You don't want me to cry, do you? Oh god! Oh no! I'm getting all the abuse. Tipsy's like the kid who isn't respected by his parents. So he goes on the playground and he bullies me until I cry. That's how that goes. Well, we're here.
Before we kick off, let me just say, Timo, do a bit of talking, right? Because I have to fill my mouth here for a moment.
Oh, that's a perfect opportunity. I'll be saying my last sentences for this stream. We're on board with Sanix right now, in that Renault, for a lap of Australia. He's, I think, the first out of the pits, I believe. So this is going to be interesting to see how he does this. Australia's, of course, a track that is very tough on track limits, especially in the new game. It seems like they got a little bit harsher there. So you will need to have an absolute surgical precision if you want to actually put a lap in that is valid. So far, Sanix has done that to, at least as far as I can see. That was maybe a little bit close, but that you generally get away with that because it was still on the curb. And so far, looks like a decent lap. Actually, one thing that's bothering me right now is the fact that I can turn everything on with hotkeys now. I don't need this annoying spectator menu you can see here. The only thing I need is the track map, because that's not included. Okay,
Wait,
perfect.
hang on a minute. So you don't actually need that spectator thing open?
No, I don't actually. I do all on my keyboard. It's brilliant. So we've got...
Why didn't I know that?
It's new in this game. It's new in this game.
Yeah, but if I had known that, my stream would have been like 10 times more better.
Yeah, you can... Well, it's pinned in the commentators lounge. You can take a look after the broadcast.
Yeah, but I don't read.
Hey, Tipsy, just you want to see our Lord and Savior, press 6 now. Just the number 6 on your keyboard.
All right, okay, let me see. 6!
It did jump to Jesus Christ, didn't it?
It did, in fact.
Yeah,
there he
because
is
it's in
himself.
P6. And,
The Messiah is now dropped to P7.
Oh no. Well, so Formula Chris, who is, I believe, a new face. He was in the Acorn Leaf, completely going through the screen, beautiful. He is, I believe, a new driver, but he's done the pre-season testing race at Australia last week, which I commentated with Terra, in case you've seen that. But I don't think he was at the very top there, but for now, let's put it on provisional poll. 20.1 is good, especially for a banker. Kubzon behind him. Kubzon has been talking big in the chat before, feels reasonably comfortable at Australia. I think he even said at all conditions. So even if it should be raining, Kubzon still confident. Lambertia in P3, and then behind him we have got Wimpy, the founder of EGL. He is in this beautiful McLaren, and he's currently in P4. Is Chief not driving Tier 2 in?
I don't know. Man. I think he may be otherwise engaged today.
Because his seat... Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Steam. His seat is currently being taken by Goofy Goober, who is still in the pit lane. And Polahaz seems to be the only driver who is out on mediums. Strategy-wise here, you can expect most drivers to do soft to hard. Because softs, lap 9 or something, they're going to be like at 60%, and then you're going to hards, you finish the race. But there might be some outliers who want to stretch their tires a little bit further to like lap 11, lap 12, and do the rest on mediums. But it gets really tough on tire wear, so you need to be confident in your... Oh, Polahaz, he's round, and he hits the wall, and he's running literally exactly the same helmet I am running. It's because we're both patriotic idiots.
I think we both have stalkers then, because people copy my numbers.
Imagine that. Well,
That's an inside joke, ladies and gentlemen.
It's actually brilliant. You get to run your number 4 again, because the game doesn't let you select custom numbers, but Lando Norris is a McLaren driver, and he's got number 4. So you actually get your number 4 if you pick Lando Norris.
Ah.
That's very nice. So you're the only guy to get his number. I might actually get mine in the next game, because Alonso's driving in a Renault. My number's always been 14. So let's pray for that.
I'm actually looking forward, Timo, to see if anyone outside the top 10 runs the medium to soft strat, which I ran yesterday. it's not the most exciting strat to work out, to run. But I mean, if it works out for you, it can definitely help you get up that grid. But one thing I think we should be definitely expecting this race, and it has been consistent through all the races across all the tiers so far in this debut race, is safety car is an almost guarantee.
Yeah, that is a reason why I personally am not too. I don't know. I'm not too fond of starting on the mediums. I believe if I will qualify outside the top 10, and there's a real chance of that, then I think I will be going for softs, just because if I start on mediums, I feel like it's kind of a waste. Early safety car, you stop for hards. Might as well just start on the softs. So I don't think many people are gonna do it, but there might be outliers, and they are going to have an interesting time. It depends. It could be a gamble that. I mean, it's a gamble that could well pay off. So, that's that.
That was lovely, Timo.
Huh?
That was lovely.
I know. I always am.
I mean, I would totally agree with that. But anyway, I
Except
think
when
we
you
should
try
get
to
into
make me cry. Then you
What?
don't.
I don't try to make you cry, Timo. I just try to make you crush your soul. There's a difference. Anyway.
Soon in chat asking for DNF predictions. I'm gonna go 4-5. So they have 13 finishes.
I don't know, man. It's quite a lot of these guys are kind of like an unknown quantity to me. So I'm unsure really in terms of what's their style, how they drive, their performance. Oh, excuse me. But DNFs, I think 5 is actually a reasonably good shout, but because you picked 5, I have to go for something else. I'm going to go with 4. But yeah, you mentioned Cubzon. Cubzon was really, really quick last season. And so was Lamberti. Is it Lamberti?
Yep.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they do. Justin, that racer, of course, one of the quick guys as well last season. Oh, yeah, 19.7. One of the quick guys last season. I'm not really sure if he's up to speed yet in this version of the game. I guess time will tell. Polar Haste or Polar Haza, as you said, I think that's German. Yeah. He's one to watch, man. Definitely in the death of the dying parts of qualifying. He's very, very quick. So I would expect to see him jumping up definitely top 3 by the end of quali.
I am being told that the sound is a little quiet, so I might turn that one up. 5. Let's do this. Yeah, okay, I think that's the limit. I want to be able to hear myself speak. Remember with Justin, who, as you mentioned, is really quick, but you're not sure about how quick he... I mean, he has actually won the championship last season really, really early. As Wimpy gets out of the way, was that a cut there for Justin? Oh, as he gets it all wrong, and this lap is certainly in the bin now. And oh, that racing point had to do some avoiding. That's MAM. M-A-M. M-A-M. Okay.
Third time lucky, Timo. Yeah, Justin, back on Justin. Yeah, so I'm basing that analysis, that early analysis of Justin, is based on A, what he has actually said in chat. He said, and B, yesterday I was racing. If you remember, I was that far back, you probably didn't even notice. But yeah, I was racing, and at some points, yeah, I was actually catching him, and I'm way off the pace at the moment. And at some points I was catching him, so that kind of suggests to me that he's struggling at certain elements of this game still. But he's got the speed, he's got the talent. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before he gets back up there.
Excuse the quick black screens. I need to figure
That's
my
all right.
setup out. It's I haven't found a possibility yet to not let you get a black screen when I tab out, and sometimes I need to tab out. So Larsen actually with Larsen's got a podium in the Tier 2 race of SLR on Friday, which I don't want to the race I don't want to think about, and now he is currently in P2, just at a Formula Crisp, but almost half a second off Cubzon, so good pace from Larsen in the AlphaTauri. I wonder if he can get further up the order. His strength didn't really seem to lie in the pace itself in SLR. It seemed to be more of a combination of keeping his cool while everyone around him was desperately trying to kill each other, and then also not getting any penalties, which other drivers have failed to do, and that's what gave him P3, and he might put something similar on display today. Will be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's good to see that the boys are listening to us while we're driving. Justin's instantly in there in the chat saying that he got his setup wrong yesterday, so that would explain that.
Formula Chris has gone over the line. Purple third sector, and that's also brought him up by position. He's jumped last and he's now back onto the front row with, actually, what time is that? That's still a 20 flat, but yeah, that means that Kubzon in the Red Bull is so far the only driver who's managed to go into the 19s. I expect that there will be more. Yugos points out correctly in chat that Formula Chris has done 2 laps on the softs, which is weird because they die really quickly in stint 1, and at this rate he'll have to probably pit in like lap 7 or something, or 8 for the hards, which might not be too good because the undercut isn't particularly strong. It might be a mistake for him. Hyper's done 3, yeah. Maybe, Hyper's been in chat earlier here telling us that it's his first league race. And maybe he's just like not into the... Maybe he's not thought about changing his tires. That would be quite tragic actually. But Hyper's probably gonna drop out of the top 10. I assume someone is going to improve. While for Formula Chris, I can't say the same.
Another guy who's really improved, Timo, from last season. I've just seen him get better and better is Wimpy. If you remember was it the race yesterday, or I think it was, I can't remember which one it was, but he was running really, really high up until I give him the commentator's curse.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
Friday.
Who knows? Wimps might be able to. He's currently sitting in P6 here. That's a reasonably tidy spot to be in. I think he can go a little bit quicker than that. I know he can. So let's see what he does. As most of them are out on their outlaps here. This is probably going to be their last attempt. Maybe get another one in, depending on how they get on.
Heat is also in chat. Hyper says it's his first race in this league.
Get it right, Timo.
I'm sorry.
Get it right. The guy's talking, and just you need to just.
Why did I think he had never league raced before when he literally has a league name as his tag, MRL? I'm a very big brain guy. You gotta respect my brain juices. Heat is also a first race as a full-time driver. I've seen him on track before, but I don't really know what to expect from him. Let's go on board with Wimpy a little bit. You've thrown some praise his way. I personally have no clue who Wimpy is, and I've never interacted with him on track. So
it's not like you struggle to overtake him. Like,
you can't overtake someone if you never race him.
Well, Timo, it sounds to me like you're in a little bit of denial here. I mean, if anyone was watching that fantastic intro video that some complete Chad made, I mean, you can't help but miss what happens at the end of the video.
I'm glad.
And you shouting over it, disturbing the intro will not change anything. But he's still on his outlap. He's approaching the end of Sector 2. Is he up on his time? He is up just over a tenth and a half.
Yeah, he is
so
up.
This is
he's up because his time is higher than the previous one. He's actually down. I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
What are you talking about?
It told me that he's got plus 140. In my book, that means that he's down on his time.
It told me he's minus.
Joel, Jesus Christ is indeed racing. He's come back, and Terra has made all sorts of unfunny. He comes back after 3 days jokes on the preseason race. Wimpy comes over the line, and he barely.
I told ya! See you, Timbo.
You're just wrong.
I'm right. Wrong. He jumped. He had previously had a 1 minute point 6, and now he's on a 1 minute point 5.
That's an improvement. 2 tenths in the last sector. You're absolutely stellarly informed.
I said he's improved his time, and you said no, and he has. Everyone can see it, Timo.
Here you can see that he set personal bests in Sector 1 and Sector 2 in his first lap, and in the second lap he's not. So that means he was quicker on his first lap, which means Wimpy is factually incorrect.
Listen, Formula Danny is crossing the start finish line. Formula Danny? What am I talking about?
Yeah, he's a tier 2 driver now.
Formula Chris is crossed the line, ladies and gentlemen, and he's starting his penultimate quali lap. He's trying to steal pole off Mr. Cubzon as he is approaching the end of Sector 1 shortly, and let's see how he is getting on with his sector times. So, roughly about 26 seconds, isn't it? Yes. Oh, and he's plus. That's a plus. That means he's going slower this time, Timo.
Lying with confidence doesn't mean you're right, Tipsy. I'm sorry. Eddie has put it in P3. I've actually not paid attention to him at all. He is, in case anyone is involved in ACC at all, he, of course, is Mr. Österholm from the ACC Leagues, driving an Aston Martin there. He's midfield, I'd say, but this time at 20.1 at Australia indicates to me that he is definitely a force to be reckoned with in F1. As the timer runs out, Larson is not going to improve as he misses the line. Is Formula Chris on a lap?
Yes, he is. He's about to cross the line. And
19.7 to beat, and he doesn't! But he's put it into P2. Well, he's already been P2, but he's done a 19, which is good. And he seems to be faster than Cobzon in the last sector. Wimpy is not going to improve. Larson is... How's Larson on a lap? Is my timer bugged out?
Yeah, there's something wrong with me as well, because Polar Haze is still on his out lap, even though it's over. So, yeah. This has been happening recently. The times are a bit messed up, especially at the start of the race. Expect to have a little bit of confusement in the standings in P3. Confusement on the leader of the standings when the race starts, because it'll all jump around. But usually by lap 2 it sorts itself out.
Yep. And is that a purple sector for Larson? No, that must be a bug. Well, it doesn't matter now anyways, because Larson goes into the wall in a violent way. P5 it is for him. Wimpy and Hyper are not going to improve as they are...
Furious! Furious is off as well.
Oh, no. He has done it. Well, I think that's your order then, because Furiosus is the only one who has not finished his lap. So we've got Cubzon from Formula Chris. Cubzon, who's been very confident all week in the build-up of this and the Tier 2 discussions chat. Then Formula Chris, who is new, and therefore we didn't really know what to expect from him, but it looks good so far. Lambertier, who's been very strong at the end of last season in P3 in the Alpha, and then Eddie, Larson, and Wimpy in P6. As we wait for Furiosus to enter the pit lane. You want to see if it was purple. I doubt it. Well, if you pause the frame, you might see it. Lol.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised to be honest that Cubzon stuck it on pole. I've raced him last season, and I've also commentated over some of his races, and he is really quick. And Lamberti was really quick as well. What we've seen of him last season, so I'm not really surprised to see these guys up there. Larson and Wimpy for me are the guys who've made the most improvement, carrying from last season, and they are carrying it forward into this season as well, sticking in P5 and 6. Expect to see a few changes though in the race due to these penalties issues, Timo, as we were saying about these track limits. They are brutal, and so just because these top 3 guys are on the podium on quali, it doesn't necessarily mean that's where they're going to finish. There's a brainwave I'm sure nobody else thought of. What's going on, Timo? You're sounding like Bance. Do you want to hammer that keyboard? Why do people attack their keyboard? I mean, you willingly pay money for a piece of equipment which you will cherish and use to communicate. And every time I'm on Discord, whether it's on SLR or 2S, I hear people abusing their key. Look, here's me pressing the button. Listen, did you hear that? Just a little tap. Just a little, listen to you. What are you doing to that keyboard?
I should... You can stop, guys. I know. I will change it for next time. I'm not sorry at all, but... This is obnoxious. People are messaging on me on Steam telling me to turn off my Steam overlay, which is very intelligent because that... Well, yeah.
You don't want things popping up on chat. That means people could say, like, profanities and it'll get it on stream.
I know.
Man, we did that before, remember? One time, who was it, to Milos or someone we did it to?
I know, Tipsy. Well, we are here for information now.
Hey, Milos says in chat, I just said, Timo, no!
Everyone saw it, I think.
What?
Well, Yep. And Lambert has been disqualified. So
Hey!
Eddie
And so was Eddie.
Yeah, they both probably collided then, if that's the case. Because that gets both of them disqualified and it gets both of them cold tires, which means that they might be mugged at the start. Let's actually have a look at the tires everyone's gonna pick. We've got the top 11 are all on softs, and then Fropsy, NJJ, Goofy, Jonah out of position in qualifying, and XTXP are all on mediums. Polahase, who's done his qualifying on mediums himself and didn't really improve from there, is in P17 and he's starting on soft, so questionable decision in my opinion. I don't know. Kubzon is gonna lead into turn 1 and we'll see if Formula Chris will be able to challenge him. Oh my, well, it just got a little bit more unlikely because he got disqualified as well. That's actually brilliant.
What I would like to say would be this is a good opportunity for you and me to get all our rustiness, should I say, of commentating out of the way, because I'm sure it won't I'm sure it won't be before long, that's easy to say, before we are back on the EGL rivals.
Is that true?
Yes, I've seen it mentioned.
Do you know more than me? You guys are discussing it today. I don't know.
Yes. I may be jumping the gun, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, that's certainly exciting, and what is hopefully also going to be exciting is this race start for the first time in Season 8, and it's going to start with Kubzon on the front row, as we hope that the gods may give us a good camera angle, and we are green in Melbourne! Finally we're going, and it looks like Kubzon has had a really good start, and Formula Chris, Lamberti and Eddie all already falling down the order while Wimpy claims P3. Really good start for him. You can tell they had cold ties there, and we've already got a yellow flag there, and that is Eddie who's spun actually. So Eddie with his cold ties at the start got mugged, and then he's getting himself into an incident, so he's already out of the running basically. Heat and Justin are fighting side by side. Up front, Kubzon and Formula Chris have not traded positions, and round goes Furiosus! And that is the first Mercedes gone, demoted to the back of the grid. P18 for him. Justin is in P8, Wimpy in P3, brilliant start from him. Bertie, damage limitation on cold tires in P4.
It's trying to go up the inside of NJJ and this tricky break zone. Something's going to give here, guys. It's not a great place to overtake. Oh, and yeah, the racing point loses it on the traction and it goes straight into the wall.
That's very unfortunate to bottle it that early, and that up front, the launch Kubzon got was really good because he's already leading the field by 0.8 of a second from Formula Chris. We've got another yellow flag and someone has fallen victim. That's Jesus Christ! He is dead! I'm so sorry.
Jesus Christ! Sorry, that's cheap. It's a cheap joke. We won't lower our
Oh, safety car. Jesus! No!
There we go, Timo. As we predicted, the most consistent safety car so far in 2020 in 2S and in SLR. We have had a safety car every tier, every race so far in Australia.
Pit stops from Jonah, MIM, and Furiosus. All of them are entering the pit lane. Eddie is not coming in, so he's just spun. He's not got any damage, otherwise he would definitely spin. Pixel correctly pointing out that not even God can save us now because Jesus has faded. That's very pessimistic, isn't it? Also, please stop messaging me. I'll turn off the overlay, but I'd like if I didn't have to.
Wonder, could I message it? No, I won't.
You could, but there's no point. You can also just, talk like a normal person would.
Yeah, but it's funny.
I hate you. So the gap Kubzon has made at the start. The tires are literally on screen.
I know they are.
Incompetent.
It's the first thing I thought of. Give me a break. Goodness sake. Oh, there's the hammer again. You see,
A good old meme for our TSRL season.
Yes.
A good one. Well,
Going back a while, Timo.
that's a throwback.
Go back to the past.
Yeah. Cubson has had a gap of like almost a second. He was set to pull clear of Formula Chris and the DRS, but the safety car certainly crossed its plans, because now there's been a reset in this, and well, it will be interesting for us to see if leading away from the safety car restart, can you please stop messaging me? I mean, it's all funny, but like, stop.
What was I going to say there? Yeah, so one of the things we've seen also under the safety car, Timo, is just how even a little brush against another car, and both guys will get a 5-second time penalty. We've seen that happen into, I think it was Jensen yesterday in Tier 1.
Jensen and NJJ, that touch was really slim, and both of them got
it was such a light little brush against his car. It doesn't even look like they made contact, but it was enough to get both of them 5 seconds. So, yeah, hopefully these guys can know not to follow too closely under the safety car and try and be reasonably responsible, and just be, as a guy who I used to know one time used to go around saying, be switched on, boys. So just be switched on, guys. Be careful. Give that a little bit of a gap for the guy in front of you. And it is under safety car, so don't worry. You won't lose the position.
You got some chat.
Yes.
Mentioning that he says that the safety car restarts are all bugged a little bit, as the safety car is set to come in this lap. And we have an overtake between MAM and Furiosus.
Well, before we kick off here, Timo, I was actually gonna mention what Hugo jumped in before me there. I have also noticed that as well, that the guy leading the safety car charge, he's like lightning away. We've seen it yesterday. Was it Nico Rosbach? I think we've seen. It looked like he just caught everyone napping, but it's been consistently happening. So I wonder, is there indeed a bug under the safety car?
I might actually go on board with Formula Chris there for a second to see the difference in, or to see the gap forming, and see what's gonna happen. We've got 2 turns to go, one left and one to the right, and Kubson at some point here will step on the power. He's still backing Chris off, and he has to go sometimes now. I think he's made a blunder here. Now he pulls away, and yeah, this is a decent gap, but it's not huge by any meaning of the word. Perez is gone, and he's dropping back. And he's facing the wrong way there. That is the worst way to start your race, as Eddie's almost attacking Jonah here up front. Nothing else. Oh no, that's Fropsy.
Yeah, he lost on the track.
So he's at P17 now. It's really difficult to switch on drivers who are falling through the order. So excuse that.
Alex is going for trying to go up the inside of Hypers. Oh, and he's going to run a little bit deep. Yeah, and now he's going to become vulnerable to Justin. Justin now slots in where Stanix was, and Justin like to have a look at Hyper as well. Oh, this is going to be brave. Are they both going to get out of this one? And they do somehow. They're side by side. And there's quite a gaggle of cars here. I don't know if you can mention that. A gaggle of cars all go fighting for this very fast right hand there. Something's going to give here, guys. And they all navigated safely. So a potential disaster avoided there, Timo.
Yeah, props for that restart. That was really clean and well behaved from everyone. Up front, the gap is really...
Oh, but as soon as I say that, sorry, Hyper completely loses it on the traction zone, straight into the wall, and that is...
Formula Chris and Wimpy are also fighting, I'm sorry. Formula Chris has temporarily lost his position there. I keep turning off the UI. So Kubsan's still leading. Formula Chris temporarily lost the position to Wimpy, and now Hyper is all the way down the order, and he has to go into the pits after you say that. That is quite unfortunate indeed. So I was gonna say that the gap at the front was gotten really close, but with that change of positions that temporarily occurred, It is all a little bit more spread now, and Formula Chris has to hang on until the DRS is activated, and then he can start playing ERS games. Cubson already using more of his battery to try and get away from him.
Here he is looking up the setup. Jonah is going to get the move done, is he, just before this tight chicane, but the Ferrari that covers the inside. Oh, it overshoots the braking zone by miles and just about avoids the back end of that racing point.
Oh, the rejoin! And MAM drives straight through him. It's a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting instantly, even though he lost time. So he didn't even get a warning for that. That was just a slam dunk, and I understand why. But that was surely a warning, though. The thing he did in the S section.
Yeah, XTXP came so close to having his race destroyed there by that mistake by the Ferrari driver. Meanwhile, we have quite a battle going on up here in the middle section of the field, Timo, as they're all running just within DRS range of each other. A little bit of a gap though in between Heat and Sanex. Heat's going to try and, well, he'll be wanting to try and squeeze up as close as he can to Sanex to stay within that DRS zone. Otherwise, he is going to get swamped by these cars hunting behind.
So far, only one retirement. I mean, we've had a safety car period, but I'm wondering how the predictions are going to look. XTXP drops the position, and he certainly made a mistake because he looked really sideways coming out of that corner, and there's already a good gap to Furiosus, and now that's going to put him at the mercy of his own teammate. MAM wants to take that P13 off of him. You make one mistake, you lose a lot of time, positions, and it can be brutal. Now MAM goes for the move. Actually, I've never seen that before. Colliding racing points. That was unnecessary. It was a half-assed move, I think. He didn't really commit to that. I think X6P had the right to turn in there, but I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the replay. I just looked at it once now. XTXP stays in P13. Jonah and Polar have pulled through. Actually, I think there's a fight going on between the two of them. Both German drivers, both outside of the points, and I think both of them have the potential for greater. And I think we've lost someone more. Yes, it is Goofy. He's round. And I don't know what happened there, but he certainly lost the front ring, and he's going to do a U-turn into the pits. At least he's, I mean, his rejoin was respectable. He didn't drive into anyone's way. He was respectful on that.
Chris Timo has now squeezed up on the gearbox here of Cubson. So he has chopped away at that little bit of a lead that Cubson has had, and he will be within DRS zone. So it's only a matter of, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when Formula Chris goes on the attack of Cubson. Of course, he is going to get the DRS zone coming up, so eyes will be firmly fixed here on my screen to see what between 2 and 1.
Wimpy gets himself a penalty, and I believe he's the first one to blink in that sense. Also, Jonah and Polar has, and this time it goes right, and the driver on the soft tire makes the overdue move, and now he'll need to close the gap to XTXP. He's got quite some medium runners ahead of himself.
Cubson got a horrid exit out of that. Was at the third last corner onto the gravel, and now Formula Kiss is right. Oh, a little bit of a tap on Cubson, or sorry, on the Cubson, but he is going to get the DRS here. Here we go. Well, we're going to see a change for P1.
Wouldn't be surprised because the difference in ERS is brutal. He's got like 70% more. Formula Chris does than both of the drivers around him.
Oh, Formula Chris loses him the traction, and he clips the back end of Wimpy. Wimpy somehow he keeps it out of the wall and holds on to that, but Formula Chris just got maybe a bit too eager on the gas to try and get that move done on Cubson to stay up with him, and he loses it on the traction. It's very easy to do in this game.
Yeah, that's how quick a race that's how quick a race for the win can turn into damage limitation drive. Now he'll need a safety car as he's down in P15, and he'll need to go into recovery mode from here. Wimpy, because Wimpy has barely got any battery left, and well, same for Cubson actually, but I think he's barely out of the DRS, and that might enable Cubson to run away with this. While Wimpy is just ahead of Lambertio, who is going to get his who is going to get himself into the DRS window of the South African driver here, and he's going to utilize that ERS to great effect. What's going on?
Eddie's having a little look here at Heat, and so is Polar Haas on XTXP. So there's going to be, excuse me, get a little bit of hiccups. There's going to be a little bit of action here on the screen shortly, Timo. Eddie really wants this position off Heat. Polar Haas does indeed get past XTXP. But it's this one here. I think the fact that he is within touching distance of NJJ may well save Heat from this attack.
Oh! Furiosus is gone! He's just dead. What happened? He spun on traction. Oh dear. Well, that basically puts him out of contention. That is quite unfortunate. He's made big improvements over the last game to get himself towards the front of the grid, but it wasn't supposed to be today. Drops down to P14.
Yeah, Eddie is really pushing Heat there. He really wants this. Oh, literally pushing him. There's a little bit of a tap there. And yeah, that's going to kind of sacrifice that little bit of a gap, or that run he had on him. Letting Heat off the Heat. Okay, letting the Heat off Heat. Okay. Yeah, cheap. It's a cheap joke. All right, yeah, okay. Anyway, but Eddie is... I completely just threw myself there. Yes, that little tap on Heat has costed Eddie that little bit of a run he had on.
Wimpy's off track, but he's recovered it. He's side by side with Lamberti. Did he leave him enough space? Yes, he apparently did. So they are fighting. Wimpy is not willing to give this up to the Dutch driver. And as he is done with this fight, he's gone into the pits, which is wise because he's just going to lose positions. And with the added ERS from this pit stop, because you regenerate your battery quite a bit in the pits, he might be able to perform an undercut.
He just lost the DRS, and Eddie is now going for the move, and he's going to get it done by turn one. Straightforward enough.
Catches a little bit of dirt at the exit here, but I don't think he's going to be able to counter this. He might throw it down the inside, though.
Oh, he's still
ambitious on the brakes. Yes, he does. And I think Sanix up front has also made a mistake, and they're running side by side into turn 4. Eddie on the inside, Heat on the outside, and Eddie keeps his position for now, so well driven from him. Curbson and Wimpy have come out in P11 and 12, and the gap is quite big, so Wimpy's lost some time. Maybe he got held in the pits. That wouldn't be nice. That would be pretty, yeah, unfortunate for him, because he's been running in a good position all the time. So.
So far, 10 laps into this race, we have only lost one driver. It is down at the back there. Jesus Christ, DNF'd, not even with one lap. So I don't think he's going to be the only one. I'm expecting a few more guys to DNF here with the amount of action and brave moves that they're making, and quite a lot of guys on the hards as well. 0 laps? Am I missing something? Is there a bug or what?
Oh yeah, there is a big bug. That's also why I don't like to use tires on this game, especially because it's quite annoying. You don't really know who has pitted yet. Yeah. Let's see. So Lamberti, where does he come out? He was right on the back of Wimpy when he stopped, and now where's the McLaren? The McLaren is all the way down the order there, and Lamberti is actually really close to Curbson. Oh, he almost spins going out of the pits, but he's gotten the position. And Colin Marsh in chat saying, imagine doing 80 plus laps worth of prep just to put it in the wall before the first lap is over. I don't know who he is. Who's put it in the wall before the first lap was over? I don't know. Is he Jesus?
He must be Jesus Christ.
He's the second coming.
I see there's a bit of a discussion going on here in the chat about these things. I mean, the guy's called his name Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, because there's a fight between MAM and Lamberti, and that ends in tears for MAM as he goes sideways, and that's Jonah's side. What is going on here? That's so much death. What is this? Oh no. What happened to Jonah? He was not involved in that fight, but I don't know if Bertie is gonna be in trouble for this, because I don't know if he turned in on him. I get it. You are fighting for the win. MAM certainly wasn't MAM on older hards, So you want to slice through the field as quickly as you can, but I don't know. You need to be patient. Justin not showing any patience though, as he quickly goes for lunge, puts himself alongside, and MAM pulls into the pits. Of course, he's got wing damage, so he's gonna hope for a safety car to salvage his race.
Yeah, I was going to say, Timo, I will not be surprised if there is another safety car where the way things are going here. But I am proud to say that my Tier 1 teammate in SLR, Mr. NJJ, is currently leading the field in P1 on 11-lap-old mediums. So let's see how he gets on.
Yeah, he's had some really impressive drives. Last season's always been a little bit of a dark horse. Like, I never went into a race thinking, oh yes, NJJ is going to win this, but he's surprised me a lot. He's gotten himself some podiums. I don't know, did he win a race? Potentially, I don't know. Retirement from Jonah. And that is a weird position to retire, because it doesn't look like his car's in the pits, it's on the pit straight in the corner. Well, I don't know, but it's not a safety car by the looks of things, so it doesn't really matter.
There's a real battle going on here for P10, although I think Heat is going to take P11 off Polar Hasa. It's the Polar Hasa, is it? Yeah.
Hasa. Yeah, you can say your Hayes, it's okay.
Okay, well, Polar Hasa. Polar Hasa, yeah, a great, lots of speed. We've seen he's got lots of speed, but every race so far I've watched, he does seem to kind of pick up quite a lot of penalties. Oh, and he just about saves that one. That was good night, Polar Hasa, if he didn't have caught that one, so that was a fantastic catch. But of course, it's going to lead him back, push him back now to Heat. No, it doesn't actually. So he does have this DRS on Mr. Hyper, which is saving him. But in fact, look at the way these guys are able to just squeeze up with the combination of the overtake and the DRS. It's like, the overspeed is incredible. Look at this, they're all bunched up already.
And Hyper's got two angry drivers in his rearview mirror. He'll need to be careful there. One mistake and you might lose one position, even two potentially. Then there's a pretty big gap to Goofy in P13.
Meanwhile, Mr. Wimps, Mr. EGL himself, up in P5. And he's nice and close here to Lamberche. With the D, he will have the DRS. He has the DRS, in fact, and Lamberche doesn't. So this would be your chance now, Wimps, to try and capitalize here. Although I think when we come round to this main straight, Lamberche might have just done enough, has he, to get within a second? Not quite.
Yeah, it's not enough, but Kobzan isn't driving away from them yet, so there's still hope for Lamberti and Wimpy in this.
Well, Wimps does have the DRS activated, and I think he's using his overtake. I haven't got the telemetry on. Oh yeah, really squeezed up. And in fact, the overspeed nearly caught Wimps out. Now he's lost that run he's got. He's going to have to do it all over again. The thing is, he wants to get this done as quick as possible because he doesn't want Lamberche to
and Hyper's got him. No, never mind. Plaza's got Hyper. So he has broken that, and Heat is behind him. So
allow me to take this opportunity. Wimps get a 3-second time penalty. I've seen that he cut a yellow in sector 3.
That is a furious.
Not again.
Yes, it is. Oh,
it's a furious again.
Oh no, he has done it again.
I'm sure he will. No, I don't. We've done it too many times. I'll do it. I'm sure he's going to be absolutely furious with that one. I did it. I'm sorry I have killed Timo. I mean, I promised him. I did promise him.
I flipped my keyboard.
I did promise you that I would stop doing that, but hey, old habits die hard. That was a good film, actually. Have you ever seen it? Or maybe you're too young.
What was Die Hard?
Die Hard, yeah.
I haven't, no.
Furious leaves the session.
Oh, and he's off in the grapple trap in turn 3. That's not the way you want to retire. So you might be in trouble if he's called out a safety car, but it doesn't look like he has, so we are fine. We can see his car parked here off the...
Oh! Lamberche really got that turn 1 wrong, and it is not going to give it a chance for Wimps to go for the attack. Lamberche, of course, will not give up this easily.
Oh! Wimpy turns in quite
my goodness, his car stopped on the... Oh, they're bullying each other here. What's going on, guys? But that Wimpy does get the move done. allow me quickly just to say hello to Mr. Hagrid, my sexual partner on comms.
Hold up.
That was a little bit cringe, but okay.
That was really cringe. I'm sorry.
It's an inside joke,
You
people.
have posted cringe and you are going to lose subscribers. I'm sorry.
No!
Frapsy's off track. He has apparently posted cringe too because he's facing the wall in shame. And
I think Triton has his feet a little bit shocked now. I'm sorry, Triton.
First you told me that you are at my service with whatever I wish, and now
You can do whatever you want with me.
That is. I really want to commentate tier 2 with you.
I mean, I can't help it, Timo. I kind of like spread myself around. Sorry, that was a little bit too Irish. I spread myself around.
It's an open relationship, is what Cody's pointing out in chat.
What are you talking about, Triton? I thought we had something special. I literally just said it on comm. Anyway, Wimps going for the pass on XTXP for P3.
Oh no, he got left track.
Oh no! Oh, he's lost it! I've done it again! I've done it again! It's the curse of Tipsy Mobs commentating on Wimpy. I am sorry, Wimpy. I am indebted to you. I'm sorry, Wimpy.
Why? I'm gonna stop.
Yes, stop.
Oh no! I can't
But I mean,
possibly
this
tell
is
whose
like-
fault that was, but
This is twice in a row now I have kind of cursed him. Damn it.
it happens a lot. It's just the commentator's curse. I think my favorite instance of it is saying that I've not told that. Oh wait, Lamberti has made the move on XTXP. I think Wimpy was unable to do, unfortunately. I'm not blaming him. I don't know whose fault it was. Oh, I could have shown a replay, but I forgot, and now it's too late.
Well, you see. You are forgiven, Timo. We were occupied by our mourning of the death of Wimpy.
It is quite tragic, I must say. I think the next time something remotely exciting happens, I'm just gonna use the replay just because I have it and I want to flex.
Eddie squeezed up onto the back here of Sanix. Sanix does, though, have the DRS on Justin, so that may well save him.
Larsen's got the move on XTXP. So XTXP is falling down the order because of his tires. I assume
Ooh. Sorry, Sanix nearly lost it there. Eddie nearly ran into the back of him. But Eddie might get this move. No, he's not. He's just... Sanix was able to just do enough.
they're breaking from Eddie! The two of them know each other because both of them are ACC drivers. Also, both of them are VVDL drivers, which is another racing league, of course, where both of them are active. And yeah,
All
we've
in
lost
second
Frapsy. Only one more to go, and I will be proven right. So, full retirement so far. NJJ picks up another penalty, was leading the race, of course, because of the strategy. He's gonna come in and then hunt on the softs in stint number 2. No more DNFs. Yeah, go on.
I was going to just mention that Dragon has indeed said no more DNFs, and I would second that because I did indeed say 4 as well. Me and Dragon are the DNF betting masters, as poor Hayes is going up the outside of Wimps and gets the move done before the corner.
Brakes really late though, but the same goes for Wimpy. Pushes his luck there a little bit. Wimpy does not have damage, so he's gonna be able to continue till the end of the race, which is something at least, I guess. Mode line Sanix, please. Sanix is currently in P8. I'm actually gonna look at the stops because this is really confusing to me. I don't know where the actual fight is going on. XTXP and NJJ still have to pit. The rest of them are actually fighting for position. So Kubzon's looking really set up front. He's marginally faster than Lamberti, and I think a penalty would need to happen or some sort of incident, which I don't want to bring upon them to change something. Larsen, though, has been a dark horse in this race in the AlphaTauri. He is currently running in P4, which is a net P3 because of NJJ, of course. So kept his nose clean and is now about to threaten the Dutchman ahead of them in P3. It's going to be Alpha versus Alpha, and one's a male, one is a Tory, and I wonder who's gonna come out on top then. Sebano.
Just under 10 or just over 10 laps to go here, Timo, and it is looking nice for Cubs on. NJJ, he's gonna have to pit. He's doing the strat that I did. In fact, where is NJJ? Yeah, he
The
is.
safety car came out, he'd be in an insanely good position.
Yes. This is what I did. I did the 17 lap medium run onto a 12 laps off softs. I don't know. Maybe he just saw me doing it yesterday, and maybe he thought it'd be a good idea. I don't know.
Pit stop for X6P. Also, Eddie has dropped a spot, so maybe he's made a mistake. He's actually running side by side with last season's champion, Justin, who's not gotten himself into Tier 1 yet, so he's trying to go for another title. For this moment, he'll need to make up more positions there. I don't think I've seen him pick up a penalty so far. And Sanix is right on his back right now. He's all over his rear, and let's see if Sanix can do anything about this here.
I would not be surprised, Timo, if there is another safety car.
MAM? I think it's MAM. Yes, it is.
Yep, MAM off at the back there. He seems to be struggling there, that first corner. And he's retired,
And
so
he does it on track. Oh,
5 DNFs.
No one
What's wrong?
else retires. No one. And if it's
Did you just... Timo, did you just clap?
Yeah.
Did you really? Was that is the most unprofessional thing I have heard from Mr. Timo. You are taking delight in other people's misfortune.
I mean,
Yeah, you see, stuck for words when the truth comes out.
With your comments about towards Hagrid earlier, I don't think you can complain about unprofessionalism. I'm sorry.
What was my comments earlier? What?
I won't repeat them. Minus might
What?
be watching.
I don't remember. What?
I'm
a minor.
I have... What?
Yeah, minor
I
has
have
two.
trained for 2 years to not say the F word on stream a single time, and you just come in here like this. Wimpy's getting
What?
himself a third penalty.
I am a
Let's
minor.
actually stop this.
There's two versions of the word. There's a minor as in child like you, and then there's a minor as in someone who minds rock. That's me.
Excuse me, I'm actually 19 years old, so I'm
Wow!
I'm
Congratulations,
actually not a
Timo.
minor.
You have achieved 19 years on this planet. Well done.
Also, I've got Minecraft on my PC. I'm a minor.
Minecraft. Delete that game.
What?
Delete Minecraft. I have never played it, and nor do I ever want to.
I'm sorry, I need a new car commentator. Goodbye. So that was Tipsy Bob. If anyone wants to commentate, please shoot me a message. I'm gonna drag you into the channel. I'm Wimpy.
Hello, Timo.
Hey, Milos. How you doing?
Milos,
Okay.
oh, doggone.
Tipsy.
Doggone.
Okay,
What?
Tipsy has been muted.
Y'all hear something?
Okay, Tipsy has been professionally muted after disrespecting Minecraft, as NJJ has pulled into the pits and is now going to come out, well, I don't know where, but we'll see how far his soft, fresh tires are going to carry him. We've got a car slow, that's, I think, Goofy in the third sector. I can sometimes hear Tipsy in the echo of Milos' microphone, that's brilliant.
Do you have enough commentators now?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
think
do.
you have plenty of commentators now.
How many
It's me and
people
the
are
boys.
here?
Like 8?
There's 8 of us in here.
7 people.
Oh
are boys
no,
doing
Goofy
commentary.
Goober retires and we've got 6 retirements, so only one more.
Oh, good,
You guys will
yeah.
be proven right.
No.
We've got more people in the commentary box.
Okay,
yeah.
I think it is time for me to unmute Tipsy and for every one of you to leave again. It's been a fun time.
Wow. Good beer.
Tipsy, you're on stream again, you've earned it.
I don't think I can forgive you after this. Can I just apologize on behalf of Timo to Mr. Chief and Mr. Wimps when they watch this back that they will be literally shaking with rage at the unprofessionalism of this chat.
I think it's been entertaining.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of this, isn't it?
That's the point of it all, yes. Cubson, though, is still looking well here for this race win, but look at Larson up into P2.
Whoa. Larson, yeah, actually, he's made the move stick and he's catching Cubson. Can you check penalties, please? I don't think either of them has one. Maybe one.
Yes, so who would you like me to check? Cubson, Larson, and
Cubson,
Bertie?
Larson, Bertie, yeah.
Alrighty then, I'll give that a little check now.
So let's see. Larson is closing really quickly. Oh, but he just got himself a penalty as you're checking, and I think he's lost DRS. Yeah, he has. It's just about more than a second. It depends how this corner goes, and I believe Larson has taken that better, so the German has rid himself of yeah, Bertie. Sanix gets a penalty as he's still behind Justin, even though Justin has made quite a bit of a gap, and now Sanix would need to work a little bit to get back into that DRS winner, I believe. Oh, Justin gets a penalty, so yeah, penalties could decide that fight.
So, looking down the penalty situation, Timo, from what I can see here, that Cubzon, just coming down to the final, yeah, Cubzon has 1 warning, i.e. no penalties, and Larson has 1 penalty, which is 3 seconds, and 1 warning.
That is unfortunate. He'll need Cubzon to make multiple mistakes on these last laps if he wants to still challenge for the win. We know that Bertier has got penalties on his side. Also, we know that everyone's going to go to the end from here, so I can bring the tires up again. We've got Larson's on mediums. That explains his charge, and that also explains why Lambertier wasn't able to stick with him until now. Gap between Sanix and Justin is also expanding.
Larson's going to be able to hold on to these now. These mediums will go to the end, but he just kind of needs to watch the limits because he is already on 1 penalty and 1 warning. It is easy to do though. It is easy to catch yourself a penalty on this track. But yeah, it is still looking well for Cubzon to take this race win. It'll be the full clap, that'll be the pole and the race win, but it's still early days yet. There's still a few laps to go and a lot can still happen. Everyone kind of splitting themselves up now. There's quite healthy little gaps in between each other, so there's not much fighting going on. The closest I can see here is, Polar Hasa and Mr. Sanix himself. Sanix does have the DRS just about on Justin Racer, and that's kind of the saving grace for him, holding on to P6 from Polar Hasa. Although I think Polar Hasa is going to drop down quite significantly at the end of this race because he does have himself a good number of penalties. But these two guys, Sanix and Polar Hasa, are closing in here quickly on Justin. Pretty much, there's Polar Hasa, another penalty, yeah. He's got at least...
That's unfortunate. The track limits are pretty ridiculous there, I've got to say.
Yeah, he's got at least 9 seconds. So yeah, I would expect to see him dropping down because I don't think anybody else has got quite so many.
Which is impressive, I've got to say.
Oh yeah, it really is. Overall, I think the guys have been racing pretty well. Like, you know, there's been a few hurry moments, and yes, I am aware that there is 6 DNFs, but...
Oh, Sanix!
Oh, he's lost it!
Oh, he's gone!
Another one again. I said, just when I was complimenting.
Oh, I'm gonna get to use the replay. Look at that. Okay, never mind. Why does it not work? I don't know why. Well,
apparently it is quite complex to set up.
I thought it was well, I need to fix that. I will message Wimpy. That is actually really sad.
That was a remarkably amazing replay, Timo. I mean, I think you should hang your head in complete shame. That was... I apologized earlier on behalf of the unprofessionalism, but I'm going to actually apologize to everyone watching for this charade going on here, what we call an F1 stream. Timo can't even host a stream properly. I think he claps other people's misfortune.
Why don't you do it?
Why not do what?
I know why you don't, because you're lazy and you like to lean back and let me do all the camera work.
Exactly. Hold on a minute. You're the one that gave off last season in EGL because you wanted to host the stream. Or remember?
Oh, Polar has got himself another penalty, so he's probably even going to drop out of the points. Though the gap to Sanix is quite big, so I might actually be fine with 2 points.
I think it's also worth pointing out as well, not that anybody would really care, but anyone is watching, that me and Timo are actually friends in real life.
Yeah, we've met several times. No, we haven't. Definitely. There are moments in time where I have messaged Tipsy and I didn't think, what an absolute jerk. I've got to admit, it is apparent. It has apparently happened.
Well,
oh, Kunstan's got a penalty, but it probably won't matter as he's pulling a gap from Larsen again. And Larsen's got a penalty, but technically they are on the same lap, so it just got a little bit more likely that he could still lose this. But I doubt it. And JJ is also slicing through the field on his soft tires. The next gap is 2.6 seconds, and it is not completely unlikely that he will catch up to the back of Podahase and Justin. So maybe, but I doubt it. DRS trains make overtaking quite a tough task.
Yeah, but looking down this grid here, the real battle going on is for this P5 between Podahase and Justin. I mean, it'll be on-track battle, but again, as I said, Podahase is going to drop dramatically, depending on what everyone else has got in terms of their penalties, but he does have quite a few. But still, there's a bit of pride on track here for these guys. Justin will defend with his life and with his car to hold on to that place, as Mr. Triton knows well, only too well. But yeah, Podahase sticking to the back end here of Justin's Mercedes, and with only a few laps to go, he's going to get the DRS. He's got reasonable amount of battery. Here we go. DRS activated. He's on overtake mode. He's actually switched it off, a little bit of a boost. He must be holding it on for this next DRS zone. Is where he's going to go for it. He's close enough. Opens the DRS, and that's a good exit from Justin, actually. He's not going to make it. He's going to have to go for a lunge, and it is a big lunge. Not quite. Oh, a little bit of a contact between the Haas and the Mercedes, but they both get away with it. But that is a wake-up call for Justin to know that he is behind him. Podahase is coming, Justin, and he wants that P5.
MJJ might be pushing a little bit too much here as he has picked up another penalty. I think he's got quite a few now. It might still be enough for Podahase, but maybe not for the others, as Podahase makes a very unexpected lunge for Justin. They're running side by side through the end of Sector 2, and they're gonna come side by side towards the S's. They make a little bit of contact on the straight. That was weird, but it was actually really scary, and Justin actually yields. So he's probably aware of the penalty situation. I believe he's got less, so no need to put your life on the line here. And he lives to fight another day. He'll use his ERS, of which he's got quite a bit less. Oh, actually not. Podahase has basically burned all of his battery to make this move. But Justin will probably carry on, hang on to the DRS, and try to get in through penalties, because I doubt that anything else is going to work here.
Apparently, Timo, your microphone is trash.
My microphone is literally brilliant. I just believe that because I put you to 0% volume and then to 100. I killed your audio balance. I probably had you at like 80 beforehand. So, I don't know. You're just very shouty and loud. Can you imagine this guy? I mean...
Everyone tries to put me down.
I know, and they've got a reason.
Good job, I've got thick skin. Good job, I've got thick skin.
Why is... Oh, there's actually quite a fight for P11 here. The best non-point scoring fight, and Hyper is gonna come out on top on that. On his fresh softs. XTXP does actually not have 36 lap or ties. Oh, someone's dead! That's NJJ!
NJJ!
Oh, he's made a mistake there. Eddie also picks up a penalty.
Yeah, but NJJ will still be in the points here, so it's not all lost just yet. Again, it is worth mentioning again, once at the risk of sounding like a repetitive record or whatever the word is.
Broken record.
Yes. Okay. Record. It's a good job that
you're Irish, I'm German, we both can't speak English. So.
Exactly, Timo. You articulated that better than I could. On the last lap here, Timo, where this is the business end now, and we're going to see how these penalties... Oh! What's NJJ? He lifted off dramatically there, that exit for the final corner. But yeah, Larsen is within the 3 second zone. Off comes on, but he does have 3 seconds himself. So Unless something really drastic happens to Cubs this is a race.
Heat and Hyper actually. What is? Oh, Heat is getting swallowed by the Williamses. That's actually really scary. Me and the Williams boy swallowing Heat. He's dropping down 2 positions. He's got XTXP on his rear, and he's not able to do anything about this. As Hyper on his softs might just get that last point. Formula Curse on his old hard also pulls away. XTXP on never mind, that's not XTXP, that's XTXP. Might actually get past him as well, but I doubt it will matter unless he's not picked up penalties. But in all of this, and with all the chaos behind him, and without any notable mistakes from him, only collected 1 penalty, hasn't struggled at any point in that race, confident all week, he shows why he was confident. Kubzon crosses the line first, and he's going to win this race ahead of Larsen, who's absolutely ecstatic about his P2. Lambert here shows himself strong in P3, Eddie P4 for now. Polarhase, I think he's got some penalties. Justin jumps him into P5. Polar's P6 for now. Wimpy jumps him as well, so Wimpy's gonna come in P6. NJJ sets a penalty, so I doubt he's gonna be ahead of Wimpy. He's behind Polar's, so Polar's in 7. Sanix 8th. NJJ 9th. And now let's see where does Hyper end up. Hyper 8th and Formula Chris is 10th, so both Williams still get points. Recovery drives through them, but brilliant performance by Kubzon and Larsen.
Yeah, Larsen has been fantastic over these 2 races, these 2 divisions, or these 2. I can't speak. I cannot speak to him. Larsen has done a fantastic job in his other race he did in SLR, getting a podium there, P3, and now once again another podium in P2. So definitely a guy on the up. And yeah, will get himself P6 as well. I think getting P6 is like the best position to get in Australia. What do you think, Timo?
That sounds ridiculous. I think okay. You're being biased for some reason, which I totally don't know.
Whoever gets P6 in Australia is generally the coolest guy in the field.
I actually think I finished P6 last season in Australia.
Okay, then completely ignore what I just said.
P6 people are pretty cool. Gotta say.
Yes. Yep. Oh, before I forget, because I made the mistake, make sure before you leave the stream to scroll down the full standings.
I'm goofy.
Otherwise,
from Wales. I didn't know there were people there. That's interesting.
What do you mean you didn't realise there were people in Wales? Are you denying the existence of Wales?
Yes.
I have driven through Wales many times, and I can
you've
get.
Told us,
Yes, it is a wonderful place to drive through.
To drive through or to be in?
I just drove through it.
Okay.
Quickly.
Why?
Respecting the speed limit, of course. What do you mean, why Wales?
No, like seriously, why would you drive through Wales? Isn't it like geographically, where would you want to get if not in Wales?
So you're asking me a serious question. Okay,
no, yeah.
So I will give you a serious answer. So because I'm on Ireland, and it's a little island in the middle of nowhere.
The ferry, no.
Yes, I get the ferry from the north of Ireland across to Wales, Holyhead, which is the port of Wales, and then from there I have to drive across Wales into I think it's across into Liverpool, then all the way down across England into the Channel Tunnel, across to in France. That's why.
Imagine. Why don't you just move to France, forehead?
Well,
I know.
I mean, you know.
You told us in chat. I know.
Yes, but people watching might not know. And I can probably confirm that they don't care either. That's why I'm not going to tell them. See, that's the thing. That's the thing I think about live streamers, you see, is when people are streaming, they actually think, okay, this is maybe me being a bit cynical here, okay? But they actually think that people watching actually care.
Yeah,
that's really don't.
That's pretty insane. Well, they cared enough last time to make us want to do interviews with other people as well. And I wonder who's up for an interview. I assume we're gonna get Justin as usual. Everyone who's watching the stream and wants to have an interview, then please assemble in general chat for where Justin is in the meantime waiting. Do you want to take the interview? And please let him talk as well. Did you just say no?
I said no. You can do the interviews.
I hate
Because you see, the reason why I'm saying no is because I know you hate this part. See?
But I know you hate it as well. Why don't I just say no?
You see, so my sole aim, as I said from the beginning, is to crush your soul on this stream. And so that's what I'm trying to do.
That's a fair point. Let's bring Justin in. Hello, Justin. Long time no talk. It's been quite a while.
I believe Timo has something he wants to ask you. Go ahead, Timo.
I really don't. But just kidding. So it was quite an eventful. It was quite an eventful race actually. We had 6 DNFs, and I think where did you end up? P5, P6?
Yeah, P5.
P5. I mean, last season you have, of course, won the championship, and then you dropped your assist, so you dropped a little bit down the order and couldn't quite challenge Kubzon. In chat earlier this week, you've been kind of talking down your chances a little bit. Are you happy with P5 as damage limitation, or did you hope for something better?
I mean, to be honest with you, P5 is like a win for me. I think Australia is like my 3rd worst track pace-wise, and starting 10th really just showed that. But then I somehow managed to get P5 in the end, keeping it clean, only 6 seconds, and people around me, I think it was like 15, 24 seconds. So I'm happy with the P5, but it's a bit like last season. You started the season with a P6, now it's P5, so maybe it's a sign for things to come. I don't know, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one already.
Do you, I mean, I assume that the, little drop in pace might also, does it have something to do with the new game at all? The handling physics have changed quite a lot. Of course, the gearing has a different impact on the handling. There's actual front-end downforce in high-speed corners. Have you warmed up to it yet, or is it still a challenge to get used to?
Oh, I feel like the handling this year is suited to me. I absolutely love it, and I feel like I'm great, but it's just Australia wasn't really a good track for me. First off, I had like setup issues. My left front kept overheating, like today, 110 degrees front left already after like 3 corners. So there's definitely a setup issue there. So yeah, I feel like today wasn't really shown what my potential is, and I definitely think I can be quicker.
Yeah, I've noticed that there's quite some weird interactions with the tire pressures on this game in combination with tire temperatures, so maybe that caught you off guard there a little bit, but I mean, we learned through failure with the setup, so I'm sure you, after having this problem this time next week, you'll be able to figure it out, you know what to look for, and maybe in Bahrain you're gonna come back strong. And do you like Bahrain as a track? Or
I love Bahrain, yeah.
That's good to hear.
So I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely hoping for another top 5 or even a podium.
Well, good luck for that. We've seen you last season, and you definitely have the potential. It will just come down to how the race plays out. Thanks for the interview, and have a nice evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. So, next we're gonna bring in Kubzon, and I think then we're going for Wimpy.
Yeah.
So,
we are pushed for time as well for these these interviews, because of course we do have Tier 1 coming up next.
Yeah.
Where I'm so totally not going to beat you, Beamer.
You're definitely not gonna beat me. Well,
I'm really not.
You said you belong in tier 9, so I'm confident. Anyway, so someone definitely doesn't belong in tier 9 who is in tier 2 and might belong in tier 1. I don't know. The season will tell. Is Kubzon, who's leading the championship, of course, after this one race, which it's fair to say, completely dominated, and he's here with us now in the commentary booth. He's muted though. I don't know if he's aware of it. Hello, are you there?
Hello, yeah, I'm here.
Ah, okay, you're there. Okay. So, I mean, you've been talking about your chances in chat quite a bit, and you said you were feeling confident. Wow, what a display of dominance today that was. Did you perform as expected, or was there things you think you could still improve on, or was it basically flawless?
You know, as the result, I'm very happy, but about the pace and time in my qualifying, I wasn't really happy at all. I think I had some kind of issues with my setup in the race when the car was waiting too much. I had so much understeer. I didn't know the reason, but it was quite difficult to drive it. But once I pitted for hard, starting to get it more comfortable, lap by lap. I was doing personal best every single lap. That really helped me.
Yeah, I mean, even if you weren't happy, you still, I mean, you still completely had handle on the rest of the field, and others, especially Justin, who you have fought with last season, have said that Australia isn't really their strong suit. Do you think Bahrain is gonna be is gonna be similar? Do you feel as confident there as Australia? Just really that one track you really like and you're really good at.
I'm pretty sure I'm not confident at Bahrain, and not because I don't like this track, but I was practicing for Australia since the game released, and now I have only 1 week for Bahrain. Not gonna have so much time, and still I don't like that track. But I think I can do some good result.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you will be able to fight Justin. Same question I asked him already as well. How do you think this game compares to the last one handling wise? Is it better to you, or is it just the same game with a slightly different handling that's as good?
I think when it comes to race pace, my handling suit me as in this game as in the last, but I have much more confidence in qualifying, which is paying off. Because obviously last season my qualifying performance wasn't that good, and now I got pole, so I can't complain really. Handling is very good this game, and
yeah, I mean that seems to be the consensus in the community. I mean, I'm driving quite a bit on this game, and I must say I'm enjoying it. So it will be interesting to see for the rest of the season. Justin, of course, still being in tier 2, and you look like you have stepped up your game even more. So you might be able to put up a good fight for him, and we'll see how that plays out next week in Bahrain. So thanks for the interview. Congratulations on your victory in the first race, and have a nice evening.
thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I
So-
wanted to interview Vimpy, but it's gone.
Well, no, wait. I can give you the heads up on Wimps because I'm interviewing him behind the scenes. Yeah, he wants us to give us time to get the tier 1 set up, but just a quick rundown with Wimps, chatting to him.
We have time. It's 40 minutes. We have time.
Okay, Mr. Wimps, then if you want to join us, you are more than welcome.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can give a quick rundown on what he was saying. Let's see what happens.
We'll give him 15 seconds. He's there. Okay.
There he is.
I'm right here.
He's right here. So,
Mr.
what have
Wimps
you been
is
talking
everywhere.
about? Interview yourself. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't want to.
No, let's treat Mr. Wimps with the respect that he deserves. Mr. Wimps, who you were saying to me in private, not in private, in the behind the scenes about your fantastic start, like an absolute rocket out of the stops. Do you want to tell us how you managed it? How did you do that?
I still didn't know myself, man. All I knew was the lights went out. I dropped the clutch. I went overtake as soon as I got traction, second, third gear into reach, and the next minute I was almost in first. I was like, did I get a jump start or what? Because these guys were just looking for parking. Like, okay, that was probably just a lucky start or something, man, but it really felt like a rocket under me, that McLaren. I hope I can get to do it again.
Yeah, but then your race, man, your race was really good. I think you were running in P3 for quite a while, and you were keeping up with those guys up front. And then disaster kind of struck. I kind of feel a little bit guilty because I kind of cursed you again. But just if you could give us an idea of what actually happened to you.
Yeah, I was chasing the Force India. I can't quite remember who it was. It wasn't Polo Hers, it was someone. I think it was Senex. I can't remember. But I was closing down on him, and then I went. I think I passed him, and then I went wide in turn 1. Yes, that's correct. I went for the move in turn 1, which is the wrong turn in anyway. But I had so much overspeed, I had to do something, either lift or go for it. And I went, and then I just missed the corner. I went off track, and I came back on track, and I just went into him. I don't know what exactly happened there. Yeah, and I spun around, and I just tried to find my mojo again. And keep going, and somehow I got P6. I don't know how that happened. I had I think three penalties as well. So I don't know. Just shows you how OP the penalties here in Australia.
Sorry.
Just forgive Timo while he just collapses there.
Yeah.
How did your tires? How are your tires, Wimps, at the very end?
Oh, they were done, man. They were done.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep the car stuck to the ground. They were really going, but right at the end, I started finding my way again. I started picking up the pace a bit, but yeah, the tires were just gone, man. It's a tough strat, soft hard. It's unfortunately the best strat. It's not a good strat, but the hards are horrible, man. It's either that or you go for a two-stopper or something. But yeah, I'm happy, man. I had some good racing moments side by sides passing, and I think the pace is there. I need to concentrate on Bahrain now.
Yeah, well, I think I said to you the last time, man, that your pace had improved massively, and I'm looking forward to seeing how you're getting on, in these next races. And again, today was no exception. But I'll just say congratulations on P6. I think getting P6 Wimps. Beamer doesn't seem to agree, but P6 in Australia.
I gave in. I reconsidered.
Okay, yes, okay. Be fair, Beamer crumbled to just my logic, but. You want to see him crumble, but P6, I think, in Australia is like objectively the best place to finish. What do you think, Wimps?
I love Australia, man. I kind of disappointed myself. I'm happy with the race itself, like Friday's race as well. I'm happy with it, but I feel I could have gotten better positions.
But what better positions? P6 is the best position, I've been told.
No, I was definitely up with P3 or P4, man. Definitely, if I didn't make that stupid mistake in turn one, if I could have just tried and stick up there, you never know what might have happened. Some guys made mistakes in front of me as well, I remember. But yeah, I'm really targeting. I've raised the bar for myself a little bit higher to push myself, but it's all these encouragements, all this motivation from the crew chiefs and stuff around me. I've managed to put in a little bit extra time in practices and stuff. I'm sure you guys can see that, obviously. But yeah, I just want to try and keep up with this. That's all. I don't want to go down again. I want to stay where I am and up.
Up and up. And there's still a little bit of climbing to go, Wimps. There's that P1 spot still waiting for you. So I think your next bet will be looking to get on the podium at least, and then go for that race win, man.
Yeah, maybe it'll happen the day you stop cursing me.
I'll tell you what. I'll stop.
You did it again today.
Yes, I know. I'm guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. But I tell you what, I'll just stop commenting on you completely. I'll just skip your name whenever I'm skimming through the drivers.
Yeah, well, anyway, guys, let's get done. We got a tier 1 race to organize.
All right, man. Thanks, Wimps.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy your evening.
Okay.
There we are, Beams.
So, that was Wimpy, the man behind basically all of the organization of this, and he's ordered us to end this so we can organize tier 1, and that's definitely going to be exciting. I mean, it is going to be. I mean, we're starting season 8. That's pretty insane. That
season 8 in 2 SRL,
Yeah.
Incredible. I think we have both been in all of them, or maybe
not quite.
You've been in all.
I've joined. My first race was season 2 Australia.
Wow.
Your first race was season 1 Australia. So
Yeah.
you've got that year on me. That season. So
See, no matter what happens, Beamer, I'll always be one step ahead.
well, I mean, if you look at who joined the server the most recently, I think I'm here quite a bit longer than you.
That doesn't count. Let's just cover over that. But yeah, just to set up this next race, you're saying it's going to be exciting. It really is going to be exciting. We have all the fast boys back. I don't know if we've got any new fast boys.
Yeah, we've got. I know that unfortunately, how's he called? I'm blanking. Yaponi is racing. I know that, and he is. I think in Delawaga. We've seen him in an.
I don't have a pony.
Oh god. We've seen him in an EGL tournament before, so he is definitely really quick. Korsak was the other guy. Korsak unfortunately isn't driving, but we've got Yaponi, we've got Yugos, we've got Some Idiot, and
Speedy,
Bans. who's actually put in some time and might be a little bit of a dark horse in this one in the McLaren alongside you. We've got me. I'm generally just very talented at spinning on traction when it gets important. So that's going to be really exciting. Check back in 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah.
And you're gonna have some very competent commentators because you've got Mr. Milos and Mr. Terror. So it will be a lot more professional than this.
This is no doubt. Yes, no doubt. But yes, I think we better we've had our marching orders, Beamer, so we better need to wrap up and get this next tier one underway.
Let's wrap it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye.